All right. I'm Rawley. I am living in San Francisco. I just graduated from Stanford with a degree in art practice and a minor in African and African American studies. And I am an artist. Of what sort? Don't ask. I like all kinds of art. I really just like to experiment and use a lot of mixed media. I guess I primarily do illustration and painting, but I also enjoy sculpture and making jewelry out of anything.
You make your earrings?
I did not. My friend made these for me, but I love making clay earrings, and also just sticking earring hooks onto anything that I can.
Oh my god, I love that. Do you want to talk a little bit about your journey to becoming an artist or when you realized you wanted to be an artist?
Sure. I always was an artist, I guess, but it wasn't until college that I was like, I'm actually kind of decent at it. And I went to high school in San Francisco and I took an art class, and it was kind of just a class that people just took to do it, like an elective. But I was kind of one of the only people that was like, wow, I want to take this seriously and make stuff that's like not, I don't know. I kept wanting to push myself and get better. And so I was like, maybe I'll do some classes when I get to college, because that was the first time in my junior year. It was the first time that I had ever even taken an art class. And I went through a lot of crises about whether or not I could major in art and still like be a functioning human in society. And it actually took my mom telling me, because at first I was double majoring and I was doing like maybe and art, and I just like did my major plan one day and I realized that in order to finish both majors on time, I would have to take 20 units every quarter for the rest of my time at Stanford, and that was still like 3 years. And so I was just like, I can't do that. I need to pick one. And so my mom ended up telling me, well, art is clearly the thing that you're passionate about. Like everyone knows that. So you should just pick that. And I was like, you're right. And so then I decided to major in art. And it's been a journey ever since.
I think that's incredible that you were able to get that support from such a young age. I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
people like either don't or they realize they want to be an artist like way later in life and by then they're like, "Oh no, I can't change paths." So, I guess what kind of like advice would you give to other artists on their journey about like confidence or about I don't know, how to do it, how to do the thing?
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard to do the thing. I mean, I literally have a degree in it and I still have imposter syndrome like every other day, because especially just in an environment that's so oversaturated with amazing work, it's so easy to doubt yourself and feel like, oh well, I'm not making work at the same level as this person or this person. But everyone has felt that. Every single artist in the world has probably felt that at some point. And if you're passionate about the work that you're doing, that's all that really matters. Like, it doesn't matter if you're getting a million bajillion likes on Instagram, which is hard because social media is like the one place that you have to really display your work, and especially in times like this. So it can be discouraging when you don't get likes, but as long as you're putting stuff out there and being your authentic artist self, then I think you're on the right track, and your work will be beautiful to someone, even if, and it's good even if that one person is you, that it's beautiful too.
Oh my god. I'm I need to like take a moment for that to settle in. Um, and I think the work you do is really beautiful and really powerful and important. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about it and kind of the ways in which like you expand the canon and the things that you like work on and find interesting to work on.
Yeah, I feel like expanding the canon is my life's work. I just feel like I am constantly looking for ways to expand the canon because I'm constantly disappointed by the current state of the canon, even though there's like so much that comes out every single day. It just feels like, as a queer person of color, it just feels like there's always catching up to do. And so I'm like, I will do whatever I can to just propel it for as far as I can. Um, and so, yeah, and it's easy for me when it's just like I can just make work about my own experience or like things that I think would be beautiful or like things that I wish that I could see growing up. I think a lot of the stuff that I do is things that I wish I had growing up, and having a younger sister who's only 10, I'm just like, well, if I make stuff now, then she can have it while she's growing up, which is great. So, yeah, I love to just paint Black people doing things that are normal, or either Black people doing things that are normal or Black people doing things that are just very magical, because I feel like I always loved fantasy and like magic and stuff growing up, but no books like that ever existed with characters who looked or thought like me in my existence. And so I love to just invent those things, because I'm like, if no one else is going to do it, I guess I have to do it myself. And I think that things are definitely getting better. I am constantly finding things that I'm inspired by and constantly finding things that are checking off the boxes of what I wished I could have grown up with. But it's just like there's no better person to achieve the things you want than yourself. So yeah, I think I love working on things like that. Like my honors thesis was all about um, kind of grouping together women of color who are currently living and working in the Bay Area and creating kind of a seamless narrative of all of their stories. I really just love storytelling and making work that involves storytelling and imagining and just all the magical stuff. I just love magic and I love the universe and like nature and combining all of those things with body and especially Black women.
Ah, and that comes through like very clearly in everything you do. It's very magical and beautiful, and powerful also. I was
Thanks.
wondering in the last few minutes we have if you want to talk about kind of how you see yourself now and in your future and your art practice growing and kind of hopes you have for yourself on your journey.
Yeah. Um, I love learning and trying to always expand my knowledge of things that I know how to do. Like I'm never satisfied with knowing one medium, which is why I struggle so much with labeling myself as one particular kind of artist. I mean, I guess I could just be an interdisciplinary artist, like that kind of encompasses it all. But I don't know. I really hope that I'm always able to keep learning, and I really want to do some residencies someday. And I just want to keep making work that is exciting to me and pushing myself and my skills. And I really want to get more into just like mixing all the medias. I want to do a lot more textile work. Um, and I really love to work in series. So I have all these like really convoluted, super extra ideas all the time. And sometimes they get done, but a lot of the time they just will sit in my brain. So I want to get these things to be existing in the real world because I think they would be really fun. And I would like to curate more shows. I curated one show and it was really fun. It was really a lot of work, but I love being like the voice who says what work gets to be shown. It's like a weird power that I didn't know that I wanted until I did it, because that gives me the opportunity to highlight the work that I have been talking about that I love. And no one can tell me that I can't because they chose me to be the authority on it. So yeah, I think I want to just keep working with other people, building an artistic community, um, and making work about Black people.
That's an awesome place to leave this off. So thank you for talking to me about all this stuff. I'm always inspired by everything you do, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a fun conversation to have.